Most cold email advice you find online do not work anymore. It's either a collection of weird tactics that never worked, or some outdated methods from 2020 that can't work and won't work in 2025 and beyond. And even worse than that, most of the advice makes you sound like a templated robot and not like a real human being. And it's so easy to spot the templates that has been used for years and years on end. So in this video, I'm gonna show you our four-step framework, not a template, that we have used to book over 850 sales meetings in the past 2 years. And as a Smart Lead certified partner, we have used this framework for over dozens of clients and clarified their offers and sales messages for cold traffic. And before going into the really juicy stuff, I want to explain that why most people don't get results with cold email. And the first thing is that they don't actually know their customers. They just maybe prompt ChatGPT with two prompts, two sentences, and it gives you unlimited text and thinks that's good and just send it. That is not deep enough. And the second mistake I see is that they try to speak to everyone at the same time. They get a list of 10,000 people and try to send the same message to the CEOs of 500 employee companies, to the founders of 5 people companies. You can't speak to them at the same time. And the third is, and this is a big one, that they are making their emails all about themselves and make them look like ads. And I have a question for you. Do you like to see ads, especially that you didn't ask for in your email? I think not. So that's what you should avoid at all costs. And next we're going to do exactly that and much more. We'll go over market research and how you can write copy that actually cuts through the noise. We will go over the rule of one, so you can speak to one person and make them listen. We will also go over the best practices for cold email, so you can avoid the mistakes. And finally, we'll go over the 4-step cold email copy formula and look an example of what a good piece of copy looks like. And hey, by the way, if you want to steal our internal 17-question market research sheet and 20-point cold email copy checklist, you can get it from the description below. Now, let me ask you this. What is the first thing you should do when writing cold email copy? It is not writing the cold email copy itself. It is doing the research. And there is 4 good ways to do market research. And by far the best of them is actually interviewing your paying customers. So right now you should pause this video and go and message your clients that if you can interview them for 30 minutes. And you should do like 5 to 15 interviews to actually figure out what alternatives did they consider, what limiting beliefs did they had, what kind of influencers they follow, what are their personal dreams, what are they failed at before, and so on. Now, the second best way to do market research is to actually interviewing your prospects or sales team. Look at all the notes you have taken from the discovery calls or ask your teammates all the questions you would ask from the paying clients. And you should always record your sales calls so you can get the transcripts and get the data so you can improve your sales process. And the third way is to actually do internet research. So go deep into Reddit threads, Quora threads, forums, communities are good. You can also like transcribe your competitors or industry leaders' YouTube videos and feed them to AI and see patterns and information that you would like to add to your market research sheet. And the fourth way is to do deep research with AI. And the key here is to actually make a good prompt, a long prompt that will find everything you need. Because if you just do with, again, 2 sentences, that's not deep enough. And when you have completed your market research, you will add everything to the same sheet with all of the questions and pain points and fears and dreams. And you can always refer back to it and write like deep cold emails that aren't surface level. They are proven with facts. And also, you can just create cold emails. You can make better landing pages, better LinkedIn posts, better YouTube videos, better sales calls, better like everything. So I highly recommend, and this is not something you can skip. Okay, and the second step in writing good cold email copy that generates meetings is the rule of one. And thanks to market research, you have everything you need to know about your customer. So right now, you will choose one of everything to speak in your campaigns. So what does this look in action? This means that you will choose one offer and one angle per campaign or like variation you will speak in your campaigns. You can't have like 5 different things you talk about in your emails because that is confusing, and we are targeting cold traffic here, and you need to be extremely clear. You will also need to select like one size of company. You can't select and talk to the same pain points and dreams that 5 people company has as 500 people companies. You can easily do this in the lead scraping phase. By the way, if you don't know how to find leads with email addresses, you can find the video right here somewhere. And when you are actually writing your copy, try to imagine somebody when you are writing it, because you can't write copy to a list of like faceless people, because that will not feel anything. You need to have soul on your copy, like it is actually coming from your lips. So think about someone when you're writing it, and it will be much, much better. And the final big thing about the rule of one is just include one clear, easy to answer call to action. Because if you have multiple call to actions that are difficult to answer, the prospect will lose his focus or hers, and your email will be forgotten immediately. Okay, and the third thing in cold email copywriting is to keep in mind the best practices. And I know there's so many best practices and so many false information here, good information there, and you can't just know what is actually good. So let's take a good few examples. The first one is that make the cold email copy about them. Nobody wants to hear about you because nobody cares, especially cold traffic. And that's harsh, but that is the truth. So speak about them and how you can help them and how they could benefit and how their life would improve. And the second thing is that don't try to be clever. Get straight to the point, because nobody wants to hear about your amazing life story in a cold email that has led to this incredible moment. And the third thing is that make them valuable. And that can be difficult sometimes when you are sending like emails to many people at the same time, but try to give some sort of value. You can like create sales assets. For example, I will provide a 27 buying signals and tools to track them, or a playbook of 30 steps how I generate over 10 million in sales opportunities, or something that can actually be useful to the recipient and also that is like connected to your offer. And if you don't have like sales assets, you should definitely make that a priority. You can also give some kind of insight, because you are a professional and you have some kind of knowledge that other people do not know, but you think like it's the basic knowledge. So don't underestimate the knowledge you have right now. And one thing I love doing myself is to like create a pre-recorded 2-minute video. I will create a mirror board and I will like put some kind of things of my service to the mirror board, social proof, and go over it in a like fast-paced video. I can then use this as my call to action, like, hey, I created this 2-minute video, do you want to check this out? And it's so easy to say yes, and if the video is good, it will like sell to them, and that way you can book way more meetings. Okay, another thing is make it short, like 100 words or less. Even 50 to 75 words is ideal, because you are sending emails to cold traffic and people are getting a lot of emails every single day. So if your email is like 200 words long with like bolded stuff and links and images, they will just immediately put it in the trash. They won't even read it. So get straight to the point and make your emails short and sweet. And the last best practice here is make them sound human. Actually read out the email you have written, because people can sense a template mile away. And also don't try to make your emails too perfect. Don't over edit them, because what actually matters in your cold emails is your offer, targeting, if it's relevant to them, and you want to stay away of looking like fully automated and overly polished. So using a lot of words like and, or actually making the email sound as you have spoken it in like real words, not like written it. It's a huge game changer. There's many more of the cold email best practices you should know about. So if you want to check all 20 of them, check out the link in the description. Okay, now let's break down this cold email copy framework I have used to generate over 850 meetings in the past 2 years. So imagine that this is a cold email. We have like 4 lines here. First line, second line, third line, fourth line. And in the first line, we need to create relevance. Why are we reaching out to this stranger and why right now? So we can do this in 2 ways. The first way is to mention a buying signals we have identified. So we can identify buying signals with tools like Clay, Sales Navigator, or any of the tools that can do this. So these buying signals can be anything like headcount growth, they are like growing rapidly, or a decision maker has stepped in a new role, or a company is hiring for a specific role, or like there's hundreds of these buying signals we can target. If we do not have buying signals, we do have our market research sheet. If you created it, I hope you did. So the poke the bear question is something we can do. We know these people's like pain points, fears, failures, dreams, hopes, and we can use this information to like create our first line, and hopefully it will resonate. If it will resonate, it will earn the second line, and also second line, is made to earn the third line, and third line is made to earn the fourth line. And here we have generated interest, and if you are successful, you will earn a reply. Now the second line is an offer. So you need to offer something to cold traffic here, and it must be specific and quantifiable. So we are like sending these messages to strangers, and they do not know us. So the only thing they are thinking about is, what can this person do for me? Why are you messaging me? Why should I care? And you need to make your offer as specific and like benefit driven as possible. Nobody cares about features, everybody cares about what can you actually do for me and improve my life. Third line is proof. So if you have some kind of social proof, such as big names to mention that are relevant or impressive results, definitely mention it, because after they read this line and if they get interested, the next logical step is to like think, okay, why should I believe you, stranger, once more? And if you don't have like social proof, you can give more context and try to give some kind of insight or value or something that they like understand, okay, this guy may be legit, let me check out his LinkedIn profile or reply to him. And the fourth line is a low commitment call to action. So we want to get a yes answer or something like simple to get the conversation started. We do not want to ask like 30 minutes of their time because we haven't even met, and giving somebody like 30 minutes of their time can be worth like $500 or euros. So do not ask for time because it's too much to ask in the first message. So what does this look like? So here's an example. This is for my LinkedIn offer. So let's break this down. So I saw you follow Shift Business Festival on LinkedIn. Were you there last weekend? So I scraped a LinkedIn company profile and I noticed that this person is following it, and I timed the campaign in a way that the Shift Business Festival in like 1 week ago, so I can actually make this relevant. And the second line starts, it also made me wonder. So here, like the language here, I'm talking like a human. I'm actually writing this as I would speak. And I'm wondering if you use LinkedIn to find clients. So this is like my offer, since you clearly value the power of a network. So I'm tying the relevance here once more. And one thing to mention, that this framework doesn't need to be exactly in a way that, okay, relevance must be on the first line and nothing more. Offer must be in the second line and nothing more. Third line must be proof and nothing more. Because here I don't actually have any quantifiable thing yet. I do have it here. And also here I have like social proof. So I've been using this myself. And at this point I don't have like a lot of social proof of this specific offer because it's a new offer. So yeah, you can play around with the structure. So let's continue. So here's like the quantifiable offer that this can do. How many clients? 2 to 4. Like what is the time frame? Every month. And now I help other sales pros to do the same. I only included like sales professionals and sales leaders to this list. So that way I can be more relevant in this copy. And finally, I was talking about the 2-minute video I love so much. This uses it. So I created a 2-minute video that walks through the 5-step system. So here's like a unique mechanism. Okay, 5-step system to get LinkedIn clients. That's really interesting. I want to see. And it only takes 2 minutes of my time. And I don't need to like hop on a call. That's a good way to get the yes. And also like good morning, enjoy your Friday. This is pretty nice to do. You can easily do this inside Smart Lead. Okay, so if you want to consistently book meetings with cold email, you need to do market research and also know the best practices of cold email copy. So feel free to grab the 17-question market research sheet and 20-point cold email copy checklist from the description below. Hey, thanks for watching this far, and if you enjoyed this video, you will love this one because I will go over my 30-step cold email playbook I've used to generate over 10 million euros in sales opportunities. So check that out.